What's up everyone, it's your good friend Eric Thompson. The sole purpose of this video is to put a bounce in your step. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to you, a big warm welcome. Be sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this, that helps me out. Now guys, I want to help you out. Have you ever found yourself questioning this business? Have you ever found yourself saying to yourself, geez, am I even doing the right thing? Am I in the right business? Why am I in this crazy business? Do my clients even value me? Have you ever found yourself around people who are saying things like, well, you know, the realtor is going to go away someday. Someday people will just be able to buy their home online, and someday people won't even need real estate agents. Have you ever heard that one before? Well, you know what? To heck with them. Don't listen to them. Don't hang out with them. What I want you to understand is that there are four key reasons, four really important reasons, four true reasons why they need a pro like you. All right, there are four reasons why people have always needed a professional like you, why they will always need a pro like you, even as more information comes out, even as it becomes even easier to do the transaction online, even though people can find out all they need to about how to sell their home online. They can get all the forms, they can watch YouTube videos about how to do it themselves. There are four reasons why they don't. There are four reasons why the vast majority of people would much prefer to work with a true professional like you. I need to give credit where credit's due. Steve Murray with a company called Realtor, he's the one that taught me about these four things, but they are so important. You need to know these. These guys are going to put a bounce in your step. Why do they need a pro like you? Reason number one, the transaction is super complex. It's super complex, right? It's crazy complex. It has even gotten more complex with time. At the time of recording this video, I've been doing this business for 27 years. I've been in the real estate business. 27 years ago, it was nowhere near what it is today. It only gets more complex with time. Like, all we have to look at is the actual purchase agreement itself, like the actual contract itself. What happens, it just gets more and more thick, right? More and more pages get added as time goes on. More complex with lending, lending requirements, lending rules, appraisals, more complex with inspections, more complex with disclosures, more complex with metro districts, and on and on and on, and all the different aspects, all the different components. This is a super complex transaction. Guess who just found that out? Zillow. Zillow. They just stopped their iBuying program, and one of the reasons they cited was the complexity and the difficulty in accurately pricing properties. Guess what? That's what you're really good at. That's why the consumer, that's why the client needs you. That's reason number one, it's super, super complex. Number two is the frequency. They don't do this very often. They only do this on average every 10 years, all right? So it's very complex, and they don't do it all that often. So 10 years ago, what was it like? It wasn't like at all what it is now. The market was very different compared to what it is now. The process was very different. Lending was very different. The steps were different. It was not as complex as it is now. So it's really hard, it's virtually impossible for the consumer, for your client, to become an expert themselves, because they don't do it very often. All right, so we're going to go the way of the travel agent. Excuse me, it's easy for the travel agent to go away because it's easy for me to learn how to become an expert at buying plane tickets online because I do it fairly often, right? I buy books online often, so I can become an expert at it. But people buy or sell homes once every 10 years. It's really hard for them to become an expert at something when they only do it once every 10 years. That's reason number two. Reason number three, my friends, reason number three is the transaction itself. It's super risky. There's a lot of money on the line, all right? These are big deals. These are big purchases. I mean, let's talk about a $500,000 home, a $500,000 home. Well, if someone makes a mistake, that's a 10% mistake on a $500,000 purchase or $500,000 sales, excuse me, that's real money. That's $50,000. A 10% mistake on a $500,000 property is a $50,000 mistake. They need a professional like you because there are a lot of dollars on the line. There's a lot of risk on the line. There aren't many things that your client will do that is as risky as buying and selling a home given the amount of money that we're talking about. So one thing you do as a true professional is that you reduce the risk, all right? You're like a safety net, all right? They're up there flying on the trapeze, flying through the air, but what do? You create the net underneath so that they can't get hurt, right? So that their risk is reduced. That's reason number 3. Reason number 4, what I'll tell you first before I tell you what it is, I'll tell you that it supersedes all the other 3, like and even combined. This 4th one alone is more powerful, more impactful than the first 3 put together, all right? And that 4th reason why they need a professional like you, the 4th reason is the emotion. This is an incredibly emotional transaction. I want you to tell me, I want you to think about, what are the things that are more emotional than buying or selling a home? Like tell me, what are they? You could fit them on one hand, all right? I mean, there can be things like getting married, losing a loved one, birth of a child, ending a marriage, what else? Like what else? Maybe I'm forgetting 1 or 2, but the thing is, it's up there. The buying and selling of a home, the process of the home transaction is incredibly emotional. It's massively emotional. So you know what? They need a professional like you to help shepherd them along the way. They need someone who they really trust, who they know is going to hold their hand through the whole process, who they know for sure has their best interest in mind, who they know definitely knows what to do next and can guide them through this very emotional, very risky, very complex process that they don't do very often. So we're going to go the way of the travel agent. We're going to go the way of the stockbroker. All respect to travel agents and stockbrokers. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know what? The data doesn't show it. Only more people over time are using realtors and using true professionals like you. Give me a break. The other transactions that a travel agent helps with, that a stockbroker helps with, are not nearly like a real estate transaction, all right? The transaction that we help people with is super unique. So what I want you to do, I want you to know that. I want you to understand that. I want you to like embody that, like take that in. Like just have that coursing through your veins. Let that put a bounce in your step. Let that make you stand up a little bit taller. Let that make you feel so proud of what you do. And so happy that you have chosen this profession where people need a true professional like you. They need you for those 4 reasons that will never, ever, ever change, regardless of how technology changes, etc., etc., etc. So my friends, all my real estate friends out there, go out and help people. Just go out and be helpful to people. Go all in on the service that you offer and the things you do. The things you do to help with the emotion, to help with the risk, to reduce the complexity, to show them how it's done, right? To use your frequency of how often you're doing transactions and the fact that you live this every single day to help them out. So again, guys, if this was helpful to you, if you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel so you get more helpful and inspiring videos just like this one. I hope that this helped you out. I hope that this put a bounce in your step. Leave a comment in the comments if it did. I'd love to hear that. I love seeing that. In the meantime, go do great things for your clients. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.